Waiting for you to come back.
Oh.
You know, I wanted you to see,
Wait, why did you get two separate checks?
huh?
Why did you get two separate checks?
They said if we wanted to split it, so I figured I would just,
If you wanted to split, are you kidding me?
I didn't,
You asked me out.
you didn't tell me you had 9 kids.
So because I have 9 kids, you're not gonna pay for my food?
Yeah, no.
So you bring me out on Mother's Day, and because you find out that I have 9 kids, you're not gonna cover my bill.
Yeah, no. It's not even you. You trying to play me like I was slow or something like that. No.
Are you kidding me?
You were supposed to let me know that beforehand. You said you had a kid, not 9 kids.
No, you asked me that I have kids. I said yes.
Yeah, but 9 kids is.
So because I have 9 kids, you're not gonna cover. Yo, so you invite me out to dinner.
How about you ask?
Did you just shush me?
Like we gonna focus your family.
My 9 baby. First of all, I don't have 9 baby daddies.
I don't know. You leaving out a lot of information here when I first talked to you.
Yo, oh my God, this is. You know
Let's
what?
leave it.
You know what? Okay.
Seriously, you gonna make a scene?
Yes, you literally just got me 2 bills. Yo, I did not ask to come out. I don't have the money for this. As you said, I have 9 kids, so I can't afford to pay. Oh my God.
Hey.
I'm gonna leave.
No, you're not gonna leave.
I'm gonna leave.
No,
you're gonna cover these because you invited me out to dinner.
Okay, watch I call the police.
And
I'm gonna say you're running and dipping
God.
and dashing right now.
Wow.
I'm gonna say you dipped and dashed on.
Wow. I mean, 9 kids is a lot. But brother, you got to charge this to the game, right? You should charge to the game. That's it. That's it. Making a scene like this, I get it. You want to stand on business. You don't want to be played for a fool. But absolute best of us. If that's how you're gonna take it, that's how you're gonna take it. You feel like you were led astray. You didn't. When you asked, you have kids, and she said yes. You didn't follow up on that and say, well, how many? You know what the situation was. You didn't want to have those uncomfortable conversations. Yeah, did you admit? You know, not even if you didn't follow up and ask those questions. And we're making assumptions. But I'd rather if I was in his shoes, pay the bill, right, and say, yo, make sure she gets back safe. Check up on her and say, hey, I had a lovely time, but finding out you had this many kids is not for me. We'll play this back. Shout out to Dota Sour for the video request. And guys, if you are interested, if you want my reaction to certain videos or something that you seen funny or want my take on, hit the email, links in the description, and I'll get to it. Official apology to Dota Sour that I've been sick and under the weather, so I haven't been able to get to a lot of the videos that have been there. So I've got a backlog. And right now, while I still kind of own my voice, I'm going to try to get through some of the things that I've been waiting. So let's play this one back. Guys, hit the hit like button on your way in, comment, subscribe, do all the great YouTube stuff. Really appreciate that. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss new uploads. And if you have a video request, you probably don't want to miss your video request, right?
Oh my God.
I got a bill right here. Waiting for you to come back.
Oh.
I wanted you to see,
Wait, why did you get?
First of all, places steak done right. I don't know. For my steak lovers out there, his steak doesn't look like it was done right at all.
Two separate checks.
Huh?
Why did you get two separate checks?
They said if we wanted to split it, so I figured I would just.
If you wanted to split, are you kidding me?
So if we're just talking about this conversation about splitting the check, if you ask a woman out and then the date is not going the way you think, like we understand, right? We're being fair here. We're being very fair here. That there's no legal obligation for him to pay the bill, to pay the total bill. You're going against like convention, and if he's saying like there's no thing going forward with us, he doesn't have to pay the entire bill. If someone asks you out, male or female, you should have enough money to make sure you can get home, to make sure you can cover whatever expenses out there, just in case something happens. There was a story, forgot out of where, but a guy was a serial, dine and dasher. He would, ask girls out, and he would dine and he did it to like maybe 9, 10 women, right? To the point where the police had to get involved and there, people were looking for him. That happens, right? Or if a man simply says, "This was a horrible date," and you both agree it was a horrible date, and he says, "I'm not going to pay for a horrible date." Yeah, he's not under any obligation for him to actually pay that. You have to start thinking about this because this happens more and more and more and more. That men are just saying, "No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to hold on to that social convention." You still want to date. It's hard to determine, and no one's having that upfront conversation like you didn't, like this woman did in this case, saying, "Hey, I have 9 kids. I have 9 kids." Right? You ask me out, and you can be as attractive as you are, but if you have 9 kids, that's a lot for someone to say. If I'm looking to potentially be with this person long term, 9 kids is a problem. So him just saying, "Yeah, I'm not gonna pay for this." You have to be ready for that, and especially if you're dating with someone who has 9 kids, you probably run into this kind of often. Not someone saying, "I'm not gonna pay," but false starts in relationships where you think things are going a certain way and they don't pan out. So just like you didn't have the conversation with him revealing how many kids you had, we also don't have a conversation saying, "You're asking me out. Do you plan? Do you have the intention of paying for this date?" And I know it's a mood killer, it's a buzz kill. It removes the sense of mystery, and excitedness from the date. But when you have extenuating circumstances, that may be something you need to say. If during dinner I'm finding out that you have 9 kids, that's something you probably should have led with. 1, 2, okay, that can come up in a normal conversation. 9, 9 is different. When you can almost feel the football team, the defensive ends, the defensive teams. We we kind of want to know the story behind it, and probably before we decide to start spending our money on you. I think that would be a fine thing to talk about, a fine thing to get out, especially if you want to actually, if you disclose this, how many kids I have, and he still said, "I still want to take you out," then he's cool with that idea. The reason you didn't tell him, you just simply said, "I have kids," and didn't follow up with that, is because it's a thing that turns men off. Then when you follow up here with saying you did this on Mother's Day, you're trying to build up the shame, And what I've said on previous videos, yeah, that's not really a thing that's working too well anymore with men. It doesn't move the needle anymore. People are fine with shame. People are fine with shame. He's even fine with being videotaped about it. Pulling out your phone and trying to shame him into paying this, that alone doesn't even work. Her saying at the end, as you said, "I've got 9 kids. I can't afford this." Should we now open up the conversation to saying, as we like to frequently say for men, if you're broke, you probably shouldn't be dating? Is it time to open up that other part of the conversation saying, women, if you're broke, you probably shouldn't be dating? Personally, sometimes you take your L's, and I prefer to take my L's not in public, right? Not in public. This would have been a story that I would have put on the members only channel and saying, "Hey, listen, I just went on a date and she told me she had 11 kids, right? She had 11 kids, and somehow I still took her out. Let me tell you how I took that out, right? That's a private conversation. This is not something that I'm putting out there on Mother's Day, not Mother's Day. This doesn't matter to me. At the end, saying get one of your baby daddies. This is funny. The chance it might be satire. The chance it might be satire, but it is what it is. Guys, just have that open conversation. And man, if um, children are deal breakers, be forward with that. Be forward with that ask. Hey, do you have any kids? Yes. How many? How many? If that's your sticking point, that's a deal breaker. Have that conversation rather than have this weird tense blowout right here, because obviously there's something about her that you found intriguing, maybe the look, that you didn't think that she had 9, 10, 11 million kids, but she did. Have that conversation up front. It's become more and more the norm today. Single motherhood is still on the rise. So have the conversation. Don't be caught. And if you don't, and you find out mid dinner, just have some class with it. Hey, you got this one, right? You won today. I'll pay for this. I'll make sure you have a good time. But we'll never see each other again. I'd rather do that than have myself plastered on the internet, arguing with someone back and forth like this. Let me know what you think.